Okay, good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom, everybody. Times for Dr. News. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on a deep emotional level. Sorry, my throat's still going in and out because I'm on the best part of, being on antibiotics for a few days, and that's everything, leaving that wasn't supposed to be there. And, oh, man, like, you're coughing up stuff and, blowing out stuff, and basically your body becomes a huge phlegm-producing factory. But news from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on a deep emotional level, a deep, incredibly spiritual level, to the point you'll be raised up amongst the stars. You'll stand there and go, oh. I don't know what it means, but you'll do it. But okay, yeah, a lot of weirdness going on because everybody's been freaking out about the whole, YouTube monetization thing. And if I remember right, the requirements were you had to have 1,000 subscribers and like 4,000 hours of, what do you call it, of watch time or whatever on, in order to keep your monetization. Well, a lot of people have been going, I've been borderline. And I'm like, really? Because just out of curiosity, I decided, what the hell? I'll pipe in the analytics and, we'll see what we get. Well, last year, this channel had almost 2,600,000 minutes. And considering the cutoff is 4,000 hours, which is 240,000 minutes, I think we're fine. I don't think we're going to have to worry about it. So, but the thing is, even if there was any danger of the monetization being cut off this channel, the mission still goes on. I've been out here trying to give you folks actual factual information, not, bullshit rumors. People going, I am suddenly the prophet of Doctor Who. And last night, as I was microwaving a pot pie, an image of Jodie Whittaker rised up from its burning, smoking remains and said unto me, that kind of stuff. It's like, people just making up shit on the fly. Then you got the Gallifrey base crew piping out crap. Oh, and it's just amazing to me, the kind of stuff. Then you have people who are out there pumping out deliberate misinformation. Like you got the idiots now, who are, sliming around the DWSR hashtag because they decided to follow a bunch of jealous trolls right down the road to being a-holes. And it's just amazing to me what people will do in the name of a show. It's just, it's like, but okay, let's get to some stuff we do have. Not a whole lot going on as far as filming goes. If they are filming, it's in a private location. Nobody's coughing up any info on that. Now, somebody tried causing a bunch of weirdness by saying that the Rosa Parks stuff down in South Africa was mixed up with a movie that was being shot there. And it turns out that's not the case. Here's the thing. Even if there was some kind of movie shooting down there, then how come the colored signs are in the back of one of the Doctor Who production people's truck? Also, how come Jodie Whittaker standing there in a scene with a sign saying, we cater to white trade only, if that's not supposed to be part of that episode? So please, they're really, really pulling out all the stops trying to throw some muck into the works. You got to be very careful with where you get info. Be very careful who's piping it out. Also, double check everything. Okay, I always tell people that. Make sure, if you see something from a dubious source, sit back, wait a while, see if any of your legitimate sources start pumping this out, or at least you start hearing the story from other independent places. Then see if you can verify. You dig like a mole on crank. That's the only way you can do this. But okay, let's get to what I do have, because you're like, oh God, I wish that fat man would shut up. Okay, let's get into it. But okay, let's get past this page. Bam, bam, bam. All right, let's move on to some other stuff. Yeah, that, trust me, that amazed the living shit out of me too. I didn't think it was that high, but okay. This literally popped back up from 2006. It's resurfaced on Twitter, and Chris Eccleston supports a young Doctor Who fan in an adorable Mastermind clip. And trust me, you have got to watch this. It's just adorable. It's Eccleston, it's having a great time with a fan here. And if you can tell from his answers, this is, just, shortly after he left the series. And a lot of people have been living under this misconception that Chris Eccleston has a hard-on, diehard, like, vendetta against Doctor Who, and he doesn't. I say it's just there were some people in the upper management, or some things going on that pissed him off, and that's why he decided to leave. He didn't take the 1-year option to pick up as much as they wanted him to. All right, so please watch this. Very, very cute. Very, very interesting. Here's the video itself right here if you want to go click on it. Also, Doctor Who Magazine, number 522 out this week. And as an exclusive interview. Now, this is what I'm trying to figure out here. Beryl Vertu, Terry Nation's agent in the 60s, and Stephen Moffat's mother-in-law. Why, in the name of fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-dah, hoopity-ding-dong shit, do we want to talk to Stephen Moffat's mother-in-law? But I don't know. Maybe she has some weird stuff to say. We'll find out, as you folks read it. So, and a whole bunch of other nifty stuff in this upcoming magazine, which will be out this week. So, and there's the cover. Ain't that nifty? All right, Pearl Mackie. Now, remember we mentioned that Pearl Mackie web chat where she was going to answer a bunch of your questions and whatnot? She has done so. Please go read some of this shit. I'm not kidding. It's hilarious. There's even a part in here where she talks about where one of the actors inside one of the emoji bots had fallen asleep while waiting to get the scene rolling. And, Peter's into his monologue, and then you always hear snoring coming out one of the emoji bots. So some really interesting stuff, some really interesting things that, she goes into. Oh, look at this. And here's, then you got to go to page 2 to get the rest. So really nice of Pearl to give her time. Speaking of Pearl, she was also, she's starring as Lulu in Ian Rickson's West End revival, of course, of The Birthday Party, as you all know. And she talks, she joins Jenny here on the old show to have a little talk about it, that Doctor Who and what it's like to work as a female black actor. It is over on Woman's Hour. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go on BBC Radio 4. If you want to listen to it, bam, there you go. All right, moving on. Billie Piper calls out showbiz agents sanctioned pimping. Sanctioned pimping. Okay, the former Doctor Who star says some industry agents subject their clients to abuses of power. So this is going into that whole, with the Me Too thing going on and all that right now. She goes, quote, I find the abuse of power really upsetting, but if I'm honest, what I find really sickening is all the agents subjecting their clients to it, knowing full well that it's going on. It's like sanctioned pimping. It almost sounds like a new catchphrase, sanctioned pimping. All right, so, okay, so new eMagazines from Doctor Appreciation Society. Okay, the first is the 2018 Celestial Toy Room Annual. This celebrates Peter Capaldi's contribution to the show and his articles on every 12th Doctor story, as well as Torchwood and the Fires of Pompeii and a selection of artwork, poems, and more. So, yada, yada, yada. Check this out. Ain't that really nifty cool? So, and Cosmic Mask was probably the original fan fiction magazine. The latest edition, number 5 of the new runs, also available as a download. Yada, yada, boom, right here. So, keep an eye out for these. Moving on. All right, remember that Lost Dimension book we were talking about? This goes a bit more into it. February 20th, of course, will be the release date for Lost Dimension Book 1. And this is going to be like the first of 2 graphic novels collecting 2017's giant Doctor Who crossover event, an all-new adventure with all the Doctors. So this will feature every incarnation of the Doctor so far, alongside friends and enemies old and new, uniting to push back the threat of the Void, the empty space between universes that has inexplicably become sentient and hungry. And here's a few pages if you want to get a little preview of it. Just go, look at that, cool. So click on those right there. All right. Now, this has something to do with a David Tennant movie. Well, we got David Tennant and Faye Marseille and a bunch of others in it. And Birmingham Cinema World's pulling out all the stops for a special red carpet premiere of David Tennant's new movie, You, Me, and Him. You can be there with all the stars, including Lucy Punch, Faye Marseille, David Tennant, producer Georgia Tennant, and the movie's writer and director Daisy Atkins. Has a limited number of tickets and are available to the public for £36 each. So this will be held at Birmingham's Broad Street Cineworld on Saturday, the 31st of March at 6:30 p.m. All the details you need are right here. So if you think you're gonna be into that, check it out and all that. Bam, bam, bam. Here you go. All right. I read through this briefly. This is a little thing from the iNews, and basically it's kind of going like into the business end of things and all that. But the main thing about Doctor Who, it does bring up in here, you got to scan way down to like 3 paragraphs. Doctor Who is wildly popular with the Chinese audiences, and showcase buyers will be given a tease of Series 11, featuring Whittaker and as the 13th Doctor and Chris Chibnall as the incoming lead writer. Now, what they're trying to do here is, remember, this is, of course, the big event coming up that we were talking about the other day. So the BBC Worldwide Showcase event. So if you're interested in this end of it, and it talks about a bunch of different, subjects regarding that, I figured I'd leave this in for you. So, and that's right. That's about it. Because the last thing was something I looked up on Google because I wanted to double check some stuff. Remember, right now, the Chibs is keeping the clamp down on everything. Yes, the episodes filmed down in Cape Town do have something to do with the civil rights movement and all that. Don't let the confusion on Twitter, bog you down. So I think somebody was messing with the one channel and feeding them bullshit that, to kind of throw them off. And the problem is that happens a lot now. See, a lot of people don't understand. It's kind of weird how when the tabloids bring you spoilers, news, and stuff like that about the show, it's perfectly all right. It's accepted. But when fans try to bring you news about the show, oh, you're ruining the entire theory of the Doctor Who. I'm sorry, but if a fat middle-aged man from Ohio can run an entire series of Doctor Who, this show's in really deep trouble. I'm talking, they might as well just, send up the distress flares and call it a day. All right, so, well, that's all I had for you. Nothing major, nothing. Hopefully we'll be getting some more news as time goes on. So take care, ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your night. And I swear something's up. I don't know if it's the cats or maybe the Clara ghost has escaped again. Tune in and find out. Oh, yeah, for you folks who've been enjoying Comes the Imparity, Chapter 5 is out. I died laughing because a bunch of trolls were trying to smack the down thumb button on it. And you'll notice that this channel now averages between 7 to 11 down thumbs per video. And it's like, that's come to be expected and all that. It's just, it upsets me when that happens on those videos because these people donate their time. They're doing this for free. They're not getting paid. We're all having a blast. And by the way, that video that those guys down thumb 8 times has 33 likes on Hoovy and Zamino. So nice try, a-holes. So somebody out there is enjoying it, and I'm glad they are. Like I said, we're mainly doing it for fun. We're not out there to make awards, make, things, but we're really hoping as many fans come in and enjoy the story with us as you can. Well, folks, take care. Ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Mommy, the old man showing me his bald head. Okay, so take care. Have a good night. I'm getting out of here before I really leave it.